The signal appeared in the void long before anyone knew what to call it. At first it was a flicker on the monitors, dismissed as interference, a glitch of war-torn technology. But the more the sensors scanned, the clearer it became. Something was there. Something old. Something patient. The crew of the exploration cruiser leaned forward, unable to tear their eyes away. The vessel was enormous, suspended silently against the backdrop of dying stars. Its shape unlike anything recorded in galactic history. Layers of dark metal wrapped its hull, etched with symbols no translator could decipher. It was older than the war. Older than memory. Older than the very alliances that had consumed entire systems. The captain's voice broke the silence. He had been trained to command fleets through chaos, to make decisions in the middle of firestorms and planetary bombardments. Yet this moment felt different. This was not a battle. This was a presence quiet and unyielding, waiting for them to make a mistake, or perhaps waiting for them to understand. A drone was launched, its cameras blinking in the darkness. The vessel did not respond at first. Then the metal shifted slowly as if breathing. Symbols glimmered and reformed, like the surface itself was alive, reading their every move. The crew gasped. This was not just a relic. This was a being. The sensors picked up fragments of ancient energy, signatures that predated every known civilization. The ship was a witness to the birth of conflict, a relic that had survived countless empires. And now it was watching them. Watching humanity. One of the officers spoke, hesitant. It is aware. The captain nodded. Not aware, conscious. A low hum filled the cruiser. Not loud, not violent, but undeniable. It resonated through the metal of the ship, through the floor, through the bones of everyone on board. The hum seemed to speak without words, an invitation, a warning, a question. Who dares enter my space? Who dares to awaken me? And then a single line appeared on every screen. Translated instantly, you came too early. No one moved. The words hung in the air longer than thought, longer than fear. The message was not a threat, not an attack. It was a challenge. A mystery that demanded attention. If you love stories that are short but unforgettable, that pull you into mysteries older than time, and make you feel the weight of every second, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every story here is designed to keep you on the edge, to take you places no one else dares. The captain exhaled and leaned closer to the viewport. The vessel's surface shimmered. Light flared along its hull, revealing details hidden to the sensors. A doorway, a passage waiting to be opened. And in that moment, every member of the crew understood the truth. This was no ordinary ship. It had been waiting. Waiting for them. Waiting for the war. Waiting for a reason to reveal itself. And it would not wait forever. Hovered closer, every sensor on high alert. The vessel had not moved. Yet it dominated space as if it owned it. Every system aboard the ship seemed to register its presence. Every light flickered with anticipation, and the crew felt it in their bones. This was no ordinary object. It was alive in a way they could not define. The drone sent forward disappeared into the shimmering doorway on the hull. A heartbeat passed. Then the video feed returned, but the images were wrong. Not just distorted, but impossible. Hallways stretched farther than they should. Angles folded back on themselves, and shadows moved with intent. The vessel was showing them its mind, and it was older than any history they had ever known. The captain tried to speak, but words felt useless. It is not just watching. It is learning. The science officer nodded, eyes wide at the screens. These readings. It knows us, not just our ships, our energy, our movements. It knows our thoughts. Then the vessel's hum deepened. Symbols along the hull flickered faster, pulsing like a heartbeat. And suddenly every screen displayed the same phrase. Do you understand what you have found? No one responded. The question was not rhetorical. It demanded reflection, but there was no time. In the corner of the bridge, a monitor showed an image of a destroyed world, one that did not exist yet. Stars had burned out, cities had vanished, and across the surface lay scars of battles humans could not imagine. And at the center, glowing with quiet inevitability, the vessel waited. Something about it was patient, almost cruelly so. It had witnessed empires rise and fall. Entire civilizations had stared at it, as they now stared at it, wondering what it wanted. And yet it remained silent, letting curiosity and fear grow like fire. The captain turned to his crew. Whatever this is, we are part of it now. We cannot leave. We cannot hide. And we cannot ignore it. If you want to see stories where every second counts, where mysteries unfold faster than your imagination, Make sure you subscribe now. On this channel, every tale is short, intense, and unforgettable. You will not want to miss a single moment. Back at the viewport, the doorway widened further. A beam of soft white light reached toward the cruiser, pulling at space itself. Instruments went haywire, compasses spinning, energy readings surging. The crew felt themselves drawn toward the unknown, toward the heart of the ancient vessel. And then, a single thought echoed in every mind simultaneously. It is not waiting for the war. It is waiting for us. No one spoke. None needed to. The understanding settled in like gravity. This was no longer a relic or a ghost of the past. It was an intelligence patient and immense, and it had chosen the humans who dared approach it. The ship had existed before wars began. It had survived every threat imaginable, and now, for the first time in millennia, it had found those it wanted to meet. Drifted closer, pulled not by engines but by an invisible force. The vessel had not fired weapons. It had not moved aggressively, and yet the entire crew felt it was in control, deciding every movement, measuring every heartbeat. Space itself seemed to bend around it, as if the rules they had trusted for decades no longer applied. The doorway in the hull widened fully, revealing an interior that defied logic. Light twisted strangely. Corridors stretched and folded like time itself was being rewritten. Symbols glowed along the walls, faster and brighter than ever before. They were not words. They were memories, histories, lives long extinct. And every flicker spoke to the humans in a language older than understanding. A shiver ran through the captain. He realized the truth. This was not a warship, not a weapon, not even a vessel in the traditional sense. It was a consciousness, a guardian, a witness, a being that had survived everything and everyone, waiting for someone capable of understanding its patience. The hum of the ship grew louder, filling the cruiser's hull with vibrations that resonated in every mind. And then across the bridge, every screen flashed the same message. You are ready. The words were simple, but their weight was immense. The vessel was offering them knowledge, power, a glimpse into secrets humanity had never dreamed of. But it came with a test. Could they comprehend what they were about to see? Could they survive the truth? The science officer stepped forward, eyes wide. It's showing us the timeline of the universe. The rise and fall of stars, the birth and extinction of civilizations. It's teaching us. The captain nodded, feeling both awe and fear. And it's waiting to see if we are worthy. If you love stories where the universe itself becomes a character, where mysteries are bigger than anything you've imagined, subscribe now. Each story here is designed to pull you in, make your heart race, and keep you on the edge from start to finish. Suddenly, the vessel pulsed and the entire cruiser was bathed in light. For a moment, the humans felt as though they were everywhere at once. They saw battles that had not yet happened, worlds that would never exist. And in the center of it all, the ancient vessel stood silently, as if smiling. It had waited through eons, surviving wars, civilizations, and the slow decay of stars. And now it had chosen its witnesses. It had chosen humanity. The captain exhaled, feeling a weight lift and settle all at once. The war they had fought, the battles they had known, all of it seemed small. Compared to this, to the intelligence older than time, their struggles were insignificant yet vital. Because they were here, and they had seen it. The vessel had been older than the war, older than any memory, and it had waited for this moment, for them. The cruiser hovered in the light of the ancient ship. One thought echoed across every mind. The universe was far stranger than they had ever imagined, and humanity's story was only just beginning.